What is going on, everybody? Hope you are well. Today we are taking a first look at Broken Sword: Shadows of the Templars Reforged. We are playing on the Nintendo Switch. We're playing this on the 7th of the 11th, 2024. So this officially came out like about 5 weeks ago on like Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and the rest of it. The Switch version was a little bit delayed, so it literally came out today. So we're gonna be checking this out. So this is like £25, I believe, on Switch. The Another interesting thing is the physical version isn't out, and I had a quick check before we boot this up. The physical version of this, because obviously we're playing on Switch and everybody likes physical versions, rightfully so. This physical version is coming out March next year. That's also going to be about 25, 27. I just had a quick check on Amazon. That's what it's listed at. So yeah, like I don't know. First I was thinking like maybe there was some issues with the Switch version. That's why they've released it like a different time. Now I'm thinking like maybe it's a staggered release on purpose, because that seems like way later out to release the physical version for the Switch, right? But yeah, March next year if you're interested. Anyway, so if you don't know what this is, Broken Sword, this is a point and click adventure game. Shadows of the Templars is like well regarded like as one of the goats of point and click adventure games. The Reforged version is basically, you know how we've covered like the Monkey Island games and the remakes of those. This is in the same vein of that. Like they've redrawn all the graphics. So there's a button in here you can go to old graphics and new graphics, and it's just like a reforged or remake. I don't like say remake because it's not changing the way the game plays. It's just like redrawn graphics, right? But something that is different here compared to those other point and click adventure games, it's still fully a point and click adventure. Like your left analog stick is your mouse pointer and you move around, and it's still a point and click game. It's not like direct controls or anything. One thing they haven't like remade, remastered, or anything like that is the spoken dialogue. There's a lot of spoken dialogue in this, but from what I understand, like they lost the originals, the masters, so all they could do was like filter that original dialogue and put it back in. The reason I speak about that here is that's like one of the issues that we're going to see with this game, because they've redone the audio, they've redone the graphics, but there's only so much they can do with the dialogue. Another quick note is this game has had a director's cut that came out in the past, which added extra content to one of the characters. This is not the director's cut version that they've reforged. This is the original. So the director's cut version like actually cut some content out, because apparently it was censored, right? It cut out like certain deaths, you couldn't die. It cut out blood, but it added extra story elements. But everybody wasn't like 100% on the director's cut, because people said that slowed the story down and it messed up the pacing. So there's like pluses and negatives here. There's one that is you got the original story and it doesn't mess up the pacing and it's not being censored. But on the other side is, there's that extra content that is missing. So it maybe would have been nice if they would have given us that option, but just so you know, it's not the director's cut version. Anyway, so if we go, let's just quickly go here more, and we're going to options. So other than the graphics, the other big thing this does, it has like because if people ain't good at point and adventure games, it has like a tips thing that to help you with the puzzles. And the other thing is they got two control mechanics here. First, let's just look at audio stuff. I've adjusted the music a little bit down. If we look at video, here's another thing here is you can go with original graphics or refresh graphics. Obviously the original was a 16:10 game, so if you want to, you can also change, like if it's a 16:9 or 16:10. If you do 16:10 here, obviously it's gonna have bars on the left and right, like not bars like 4:3, like because this is a PC game originally, right? So like it's just to help with cropping. I tried to A/B look at it and it doesn't seem like there's that much cropping. So the only reason you would turn on 16:10 if you wanted to go to original graphics mode. Let's have a look here. We've got some interface options here. Gameplay you can't actually see until you go into the game. I'll show that off there. Dialogue, subtitle options. Language is important, so it has speech for English, French, German, Spanish, and Italian. Because like I said, I think almost everything's spoken dialogue in this, right? And then if we go general, that's just vibration settings. So yeah, let's get into this. It starts off a little bit slow. Let's play a new game, and then there'll be a shorter version of this video that goes up on YouTube. Longer video will go up on Twitch, just so you can get a feel of it, so see how it is. Previous autosaves will be over and short start.
Paris in the fall, the last months of the year and the end of the millennium. The city holds many memories for me, of cafes, of music, of love, and of death.
One other thing is they haven't redrawn is the cutscenes. It seems like they've cleaned them up, but they haven't like redrawn them from scratch like they did with the backgrounds. Also, it seems like the audio for the cutscenes is all over the place. Barely heard it. I've adjusted it for in-game speech, so that's why I don't want to mess with it. You can skip this bit if you want. I don't know if there's going to be a story cutscene here, though. If you skip it, you come to this bit anyway. At first, I thought, wait, did I accidentally fast forward it because of the skips? I think it's just drawn like that. I mean, I think I'm right. I don't think they've redrawn these, right? Maybe it's just because, like, cartoon. I'm gonna call it cartoon. Don't judge me. Like, this just holds up, right? All right, here you go. And like, obviously, this is the new style. If I
As I picked myself up, all I could hear was the ceaseless drone of traffic. Life went on around me, but the explosion was to change my life forever.
So if I press select here, that's the classic style. That's the new style. You can do this at any time. What's quickly interesting here is the first time. So if you go control help here, if we go the first time you boot it up, it has like a little cutscene that plays to tell you like how to move and stuff. It doesn't show. All right, press A to walk. We'll just do it manually here. Move cursor around, find points of interest. When over something interesting, interesting actions icon will pop up. Press A to interact. Press Y to examine. Maybe it knows you already played it once. So that's why it didn't show it the second time. Press plus to show the menu bar. Access the menu options, game help icons, control help, inventory. This is the big one. Press X to see your items. Press Y to examine an item. To use an item, press A to first carry it. Then move over something and press A again. To combine items, use them on each other. Okay. Yeah, so this auto plays. if it's your first boot up. And then if I just show you, no, that's the wrong one. We go game help here. It talks about the hint system. If you go here, you want hints and all that. And then if we talk about, if we go options here now, and now we go gameplay, it's, was it an interface? Hold on. Yeah, that's strange. Every time you boot up the game, it doesn't give you the option if you want new controls or classic controls. But if you go here, see where it is up at the top? When you boot up a new game, it will tell you, do you want classic controls or story controls? And the description for story, it says for people who want to experience the story, or you can have classic, which is the original, or you could pick story or classic. And then if you change any of these options, it goes to custom. So what we would want to do is display actions that would trigger a repeat incidental response as grayed out, optional removal, and then hints I've just turned off. If you go story, it's on, and it's on sometimes. So what I would suggest doing is go story and then turn off hints, and then manual hints on if you get stuck. Oh, and bonus content. Oh, that's another thing I forgot about that they've added, right? There's some bonus content from the original script that they've added in. But yeah, so the things that I would turn off is automatic hints. But the reason I would say go for the story options here, like this is the big thing they changed with controls. So you know, in like classic point and click adventure games, you would have to, like, oh, is this the right item? Do I use this item here to get this dialogue option? And now do I click another thing and then go back to that dialogue option? So it was like a guessing game of, oh, do I click the person now? Do I not click the person now? Do I click an item then click that person now? So what they've done to smooth this out with the new control option is basically once you've finished with that dialogue or finished with that item, it will remove it as an option from the your UI, which is, that's what I really like about this. But then it does make it a lot easier, but I think it takes out a lot of the frustration. So I would go with new controls, turn off hints, and then turn these on, because I genuinely think that's a good thing, because you don't want to be messing with the UI, like, oh, you know, do I collect this clue here now and then will it give me different dialogue, you know? So yeah, those are those options there. And yeah, that's it. That's all the new controls, right? So let's get into it. So like you can see, left stick is not freely move anywhere. It's point and move. And anytime there's anything to interact with, the icon will change. If we go here,
I contemplated crawling under the umbrella and pretending none of this had ever happened. The umbrella had protected me from the bomb blast, but it was of no use to me now. The leading article referred to the visit of a Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state. That was the only news story. The rest was rumor, gossip, and sensationalism. Then I noticed the writing at the foot of the page.
Unpronounceable
it read
state.
Salah ad-Din, 1345.
Did I say Salahuddin? I think, you know, we've all seen Kingdom of Heaven by this point. That wasn't out when this originally came out. Right, so here you can bring up your inventory. You can do that to see if you can mess with it. What else can you do? You can
It was a Paris daily tabloid newspaper, full of sex, scandal, and sports results.
Paris paper or UK paper? Famously, our tabloid papers are
I
full of...
considered straightening the table, but I figured it best not to disturb the evidence.
If I remember, I'll quickly do this every single time so you can see the classic look. Um, there's the classic look. There's the new look. Classic look still kind of holds up. All right.
I tried not to meet his stare as I searched the dead man's pockets. No wallet, no papers, no credit cards. The guy's past was a blank page.
He doesn't want to look at his stare, but he does want to search his pockets.
I checked his pockets. Nothing. The sight of the dead guy's staring eyes turned my knees to jelly.
Again, it's a classic point and click adventure game, so you want to click on stuff multiple times, right?
I needed a stiff drink, but I hated the taste of brandy. I needed a stiff drink. A mysteriously undamaged bottle of spirit stood on the bar.
Why was it mysteriously undamaged? Dun dun dun. All right, she dead? She alive? She dead? You alive, chat?
Oh, my head. Never again. How much vodka did I drink? Oh, no, don't tell me. What is your name, Sherry?
George Stobart, ma'am.
Oh, American.
She asked the question quite innocently, but I could sense her reserve. It was something which seemed to afflict all Europeans.
I mean,
You look like you could use a little help.
I could use a little drink. I feel sick, dizzy, and bruised. I don't even remember the party.
Just relax and take it easy. You've been knocked out.
You don't say. What happened?
There's been an explosion. You should try not to move.
Are you a doctor?
also, quick, now that they stop speaking, see, here's where you can fully tell that the audio doesn't sound as polished. Not the original dialogue, right? Like, everything's at a different level, is like at a different tone, like they're not even in the same room, you know. So yeah, you know, the audio is the spoken audio is, am I a doctor? Yes, I am.
Yes, I am. I studied under Dr. Benton.
Who is he?
Only one of the most brilliant medical minds on this planet. He taught me everything I know about medicine. Can you remember anything at all?
No. I need a drink. Pour me a brandy.
You could be in shock. No alcohol.
Okay, you're the doctor. What about your man? Is he dead?
Yes, he is.
Ah, mon Dieu.
Oh, she passed out again. Hold on. Examine. Wait, can I examine her?
The pretty young waitress was unconscious.
Pretty young waitress, you noticed
The
that?
pretty young...
All right, calm down. Okay.
She didn't respond. If I wanted another cappuccino, I'd have to serve myself.
Huh. Interesting. So if I give her a drink, there's way more dialogue here. Did I mess this up?
Hey, wake up.
Uh-oh.
Freeze! Hold it, right there.
Oh, don't shoot. I'm innocent. I'm an American.
Can't make up your mind, huh?
I demand to see the American consul.
Drop your weapons and get down on the ground.
Put that thing away, Sergeant. Move. I apologize, monsieur, but I cannot permit you to leave.
Am I under arrest?
Can I pause it any time? I just wanted to make some comments while they're speaking. Right, there's the classic, what the classic looks like. Americans though, like giving it. I'm an American. Don't arrest me. Wait, does that give you a pass for everything? Sorry.
No, I would simply like to ask you some questions. En avant, to the café, marche.
I think if you press start plus, it stops the dialogue.
What a mess. This bombing is an outrage, is it not?
Stop that, monsieur. Stop holding your breath at once.
Has it occurred to you that he may be dead, Moo?
Oui, monsieur. But I prefer to look on the bright side.
Oh, sorry, I'm just paused it a second. So they're drawing the cops like they do classic European comedy of French cops, right? Like real stupid, like Tintin style.
Besides, I recall a case where the killer escaped by feigning death.
Wait, maybe he's not stupid.
However, in this case, the man is quite dead. Clearly,
Okay.
the killer knew of his presence and...
How many times have I warned you about premature extrapolation? All we know is that he is dead.
It seemed reasonable to assume...
A great detective assumes nothing. Take Maigret, for instance.
But he was a
Yeah,
fictitious character, monsieur.
Assumption is the mother of all. Finish that sentence yourself.
Why, he was no more real than Poirot or Tintin.
That's different, Moo. They were comedy Belgians. Anyway, it is unlikely that even you will learn much from talking to the dead. Examine the girl and take her statement, if you can. Et maintenant, to business. Your name, please?
George Stobart. I'm from California.
And what brings you to Paris, Monsieur Stobart?
Travel. I'm touring Europe.
You chose well. The city is most beautiful at this time of year, no?
Yeah, I guess so, apart from the bomb blasts.
Were you in the vicinity of the cafe at the time of the explosion?
Yeah, I was sitting out on the sidewalk. I was lucky I wasn't killed. The inspector passed over my remark with no reaction.
Did you see the deceased enter the cafe?
I did.
Yes, I did.
Was he alone?
Yeah.
And did he say anything to you?
No, he was more interested in the waitress.
So were you?
Did you see anyone else in the cafe?
Yeah, there was a guy dressed as a clown. He was carrying an accordion.
An accordion? Bon, the picture is forming in my mind, and it is not a pretty one. Is the girl all right, Moo?
She'll live. She confirms the doctor's statement.
Oui? You did not tell me you were a
Uh-oh.
doctor, monsieur.
No, that's right. I didn't think it was relevant.
Eh bien, I have heard enough.
What do you mean?
I am satisfied that you know nothing. You may leave. Enjoy your vacation, Dr. Stobart.
Oh no!
What
Is he
about
get-
my personal safety? Can't you at least give me some advice?
What can I say? Stay alert and look out for suspicious characters.
And don't cross the road until the little man shows green.
Great advice.
I
Also, I'm a
honestly
doctor.
believe you are in no danger, monsieur. Should
That's
you
doctor to you.
remember anything of importance, please contact me. My card.
Thanks.
That is all. You may go.
Huh.
There's
So-
not much to go on, monsieur.
On the surface, no. But what lurks inside the subconscious? If the door can only be opened.
Are you serious, monsieur? I thought your interest in psychic detection was purely academic.
Academic? You are about to witness a scientific breakthrough.
Wait, let me go back in. I want to know what's happening. So yeah, if you speak to her, she gives you like loads of information about the briefcase and stuff.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Oh, an American by the sound of it.
Yeah, that's right. On holiday in Paris. Some holiday, huh?
You were here when the bomb went off?
Sure was. Sat right out front of the cafe.
Did you notice a middle-aged man, maybe 60, with an hat and overcoat?
I couldn't believe it. She hadn't even asked how I was feeling. Yeah, he went inside just before the bomb exploded. You weren't related to him, were you?
Oh no, nothing like that. I am Nicole Collard from La Liberté.
What's that, some kind of nightclub?
No, it is a newspaper.
You're a reporter?
I'm a freelance photojournalist.
Say, you can interview me about the bombing. You know, an eyewitness account. Minutes after the outrage that shook the whole of Paris. You know, real-life drama, human interest, that kind of stuff.
I'll just stick to the facts, thank you. Did you see who planted the bomb?
I know it sounds crazy, but he was dressed like a clown.
Oh God, it's him again.
Have you met the clown before?
It's a long story.
I have plenty of time.
I don't.
Get wrecked.
Who was the guy you were supposed to meet?
His name was Planter. I didn't know him, but he called me last night. He said he had a story which would interest me. He asked me to meet him at the cafe. I guess I'll never know what he wanted to tell me.
Not unless you have Rosso's gift for psychic interrogation.
Wait, we can click on the clown again.
Why won't you tell me about this clown?
Why do you want to get involved?
Because he almost killed me. Isn't that reason enough?
I guess so. Listen, I'll give you my phone number. You help me with my story, and I'll let you in on what I know. And let's get one thing straight right now. This is strictly business.
Okay, it's a deal.
I have to go develop these pictures. À bientôt, monsieur.
Fine, I'll, see you soon.
Wait. Oh. Interesting. I wanted to ask her all those other questions. I had all those other options first. Well, guess. Messed up. Alright, where does clown go?
I took a deep breath and prepared to climb the drain pipe. I guess the clown had an escape over the rooftops. I decided I'd had enough of messing with that drain pipe.
Oh, if we look at what it looks like. So this is one thing that I don't know. Oh, sorry. Also, I got a cough. Try my best not to cough into the mic. This like a lot of the scenes have extra shadowing. But then at the same time, they hide a lot of the detail in the shadowing. So yeah, we see that a lot throughout actually. Personal preference thing. I don't know.
The window was protected by stout-looking iron bars. I tried to lift the cover with my fingers, but couldn't gain any leverage. It was a heavy cast iron cover. The cover was too heavy and awkward to lift with my bare hands.
Okay. There's something we can use here.
I'd had it with sticking my nose into French trash cans.
Anything else here? Oh. Look here. Go that way.
Hi, can you spare a few minutes?
I thought you'd been arrested.
No, it was a misunderstanding.
When he pulled that gun, gah, I thought that was it. Those automatics, but quite a punch, you know?
He made a
You know-
mistake. He thought I was a terrorist.
You? A terrorist? Ha!
He was only doing his duty, I guess.
Let's ask about the clown.
Did you see a clown come by this way?
A clown? Like in a circus?
Yeah, with makeup and a big red nose.
Huh! Those guys are funny, aren't they?
Not in my experience.
I love the circus, especially the horses.
You haven't answered my question. Have you seen a clown?
You think I've got time to watch everyone who passes by? Some of us have to work for a living.
Look, I know you're busy, but surely you'd have noticed a clown.
I told you already. I didn't see a thing.
He was wearing multicolored baggy trousers and makeup.
He'd be a poor sort of clown if he didn't.
Lol, I wonder how much I can ask him about the clown before he gets annoyed.
Listen, I have to find that clown. He's a killer.
Say, who are you anyhow? A cop?
No, of
Doctor.
course not. I mean, do I look like a cop?
I guess not. How do you know this guy's a killer? Did you see him in action?
Didn't you hear the explosion? The cafe was blown up.
I wondered what that bang was. Any bodies?
Yeah, an old man was killed.
Merde. I didn't think it was that serious. What about the waitress?
Oh, she's fine.
Thank the saints.
It was fun. The Saints.
Did you see an old guy with a briefcase?
Wait, silly old coot. Do you know what he said to me? Work fascinates me, he says. I could watch it all day. Quel bit. I could have knocked his block off.
Wait, that's not very French though. And he doesn't sound English. I'll knock your block off.
Did you recognize the old man?
No. Should I have done? Was he a celebrity?
No, but I guess he is now. His name was Plantar.
Was he the one who died in the cafe?
Yeah.
That's too bad. Now I wish I hadn't called him what I did. If only I could turn back the clock. If only I'd been more tolerant.
Regret and remorse are strange emotions. They really bring out the hammiest actors in people.
Lol. That's actually funny.
Take a look at this.
You told me you weren't a cop.
Don't shout about it. I'm working undercover.
Who are you looking for?
That's confidential.
Why did the audio go low and then high?
Check out my card.
I've seen it already.
Would you like to read my newspaper?
I haven't got time to read that. Can't you see I'm busy?
You could read it on your lunch break.
10 minutes is all I get. And if my boss had his way, I wouldn't get that. He'd have me on a drip, so I didn't have to stop to eat.
Oh, take the newspaper and quit complaining.
Bah! Look at this. Damn bleeding heart liberals. Cha! Save the dolphins. Catch them and eat them, I say. All that fuss over a bunch of fish. Nah, that's more like it. Look at the size of those. Like champagne bottle corks, no? Ah, what's this? Saladin running in the Prix de l'Arc de
Wait, is this
Triomphe.
game from
racehorse.
2024 or
A
90s?
horse? A legend. Bucephalus reborn, mon ami. Like a streak of lightning she is. Do me a favor, won't you? Keep an eye on my hole. I'm off to put some money on that nag.
I can't get over the. I get my newspaper back?
There was nothing inside the tent except a large toolbox. I'd found just what I wanted. A tool for lifting manhole covers.
Oh, hello.
The
Anything
toolbox
else in
didn't
there?
contain anything else I needed. The cover was too heavy and awkward to lift with my bare hands.
All right, so let's. Give it some welly, my son.
I lifted the cover to reveal what smelt like the entrance to a sewer.
Has anybody ever have to use one of those? In my old place, one time we had a water leak, and to stop the water, the thing was outside in the street. And there's the same kind of pipe hook thing to take the covers off, so I've had to manually do that.
As I picked up the plastic ball, I realized it was intended to be worn. It was the clown's red nose.
Okay. Oh, that's what it looked like. So here's a prime example though. Like, because of the lighting, look how much detail you're losing. That's why I'm not like, so this is what it classically looks like. But look at all of this that is lost with the new lighting. Like, it's nice to see that. Look how many archways there were there, and there's another ladder there. But like here is just like, but like, I don't know if the new lighting always works. I mean, I say air quotes lighting, but you know what I mean? It's just like the way some of these images are shaded.
I scooped up the sodden tissue. It was cold and greasy, like breakfast leftovers.
Yuck.
I took hold of the scrap of material and unsnagged it from the spike.
Wait, what is that?
It was the scrap of material I'd found in the sewer. It was the soggy tissue I'd found in the sewers.
Hi there. Hold it right there, you sewer rat. I knew you'd.
Can't hear you.
And now I've got you.
What are you talking about?
You're trespassing. Come out of there immediately.
That's what I'm trying to do. Give me your hand.
Ha! You won't catch me with tricks like that. Keep your distance, monsieur.
Okay, okay.
Now, what were you looking for?
Wait, what's this?
Terrorists. The
Oh.
meanest, nastiest, dirtiest bunch of guys you ever saw.
Englishmen without a doubt. The filthy dogs. The day they opened that tunnel was a bad day for France, I tell you. If I still had the
He's talking about the
full use of
Eurotunnel.
my faculties, I'd march right over there and tell them so.
Well, whoever they are, they blew up the cafe.
What? The cafe? Blown up? Mon Dieu. That is awful.
The guy who did it was a calculating, cold-blooded killer. He was disguised as a clown. I followed him into the sewer, and I think he came this way.
Ah, mon Dieu. Then, the man I chased, do you think that man and the clown are one and the same?
Well, yes, it had crossed my mind.
Ah, that still does not explain what you were doing down the sewer. For all I know, you are in league with him.
Oh no, I'm just a tourist.
Most tourists are
Tell him you're
content
American
with
again.
the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, or the Pigalle. I didn't realize my waste pipes were such an attraction.
All right, we got so much to go over. Let's talk about the clown first.
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
What is there to tell? He was a typical criminal type, just like you.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
Oh, hey, she isn't hurt, is she?
No, she's fine.
Oh, thank heavens.
A poor girl like her isn't safe with the likes of you roaming the streets.
Can't you understand? I'm not a gangster. I'm an American tourist.
Ah, that's what you say.
Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't. Who is he?
The man who was killed in the cafe. I'm gonna find the guy responsible. I'll find him. Even if it means following him down every sewer in every city in Europe.
Ah, you need some sensible boots. You won't get far in those stupid sneakers.
Stupid sneakers. What do you mean?
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
Why, I didn't notice. Now are you going to leave? Or do I have to call the police?
All right, let's.
This is what I used to open the manhole cover.
Just as I thought. You were up to no good down those sewers, weren't you?
One slip and I would have been up to my neck. Did I show you my tool?
Yes, you did.
Take a look at this false nose.
I've never seen it before in my life.
Take a look at this false nose.
I told you, I have never seen it before.
You never know. Could have jogged his memory.
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing, monsieur. It's disgusting. What on earth possessed you to show it to me? Someone had emptied their nostrils into it.
Did I show you this tissue?
We miss you.
Perhaps you'd like to take a look at my card?
What is this? Inspector Augustin Rousseau? What does that say? Hominoid Division?
Hominoid.
Homicide. I think the ink's smudged.
Then you are not a tourist.
Okay, I'm not. I lied to you. And I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, monsieur. You know, I had a feeling there was something.
Wait, so am I
different about
claiming
you.
to be the cop now?
It is your posture, your poise. Oh, yes. There is no mistaking the bearing of a disciplined man. And I should know. I was in the army, you know. When I was your age, I was fighting for my life in the African desert. How can I help you, Inspector?
Let's start over from the beginning and tell it just like it was.
Wait, let's ask him about
Does
this.
this piece of material mean anything to you?
That is the same cloth as the jacket I found. I'd recognize that pattern anywhere.
This is the material from the jacket you found, right?
Yes, monsieur. Without a doubt.
All right, let's ask about the jacket.
Now, about the jacket you found. Do you have it here?
No, monsieur. One of the sleeves was badly torn, so I sent it for repair. Pity, because otherwise it was a fine piece of quality tailoring. It had the tailor's name inside on the label.
Where did you send the jacket?
I gave it to an itinerant Romany seamstress.
Just my luck. Was there anything in the jacket pockets?
Not a sou. You know what I think?
Do tell me.
He changed out of the clown suit and cunningly disguised himself as an ordinary person.
Looks like I'm up against a mastermind. What was the name on the label?
It was a foreign name. Todlik, I think.
Did you get the address?
There wasn't one, monsieur. Only a telephone number.
Well, I don't expect you to remember a phone number you've only seen once.
74 98 08 59.
You're kidding. That's his phone number?
Yes, that's it. A little trick with numbers that I learned in the desert. I was taught the technique by a Tuareg shaman.
That's incredible.
It comes in handy at the supermarket checkout. Do I get a reward?
Nope.
Honesty, monsieur, is its own reward.
Then I'm glad I do not rely on honesty to pay the bills.
Was the guy you saw carrying a briefcase?
Why, yes, he was. Clutched in his arms like a baby.
That belonged to his victim.
Oh, what do you think was in it? Drugs, stolen jewels.
I don't know, but the killer thought it was worth a man's life.
Nothing is worth that, monsieur.
Do you know the waitress at the cafe?
You can't suspect her, surely.
Just answer the question, please.
Yes, I know her. Quite well, you could say. She came to work at the cafe, 7 months ago. I look forward all week to the relief she gives me when she visits.
Really?
Wait, what?
So you'd miss her if she wasn't there?
Oh, mais oui. Where else would I find to cut my toenails?
Oh, that's nasty.
Does the name Plantar mean anything to you?
No, monsieur. Who is he?
The man who was killed in the cafe. I'm gonna find the guy responsible. I'll find it. Even if it means following him down every sewer in every city in Europe.
Bravo!
Tell me about the man you apprehended.
He was a mean one, monsieur. He grabbed me in an armlock, his face suddenly next to mine. His grip was like iron, but he did not know what he was up against. Oh no, he made a big mistake when he took on one of the desert hyenas.
Yes, I get the picture. I have to be going. Thanks to your help, the citizens of Paris can sleep a little easier tonight.
Vraiment? I was only doing my duty, monsieur. Good luck, Inspector. I hope you catch that killer soon. I'll let you out.
We got information about a jacket
I hope you find your man, Inspector.
and a phone
So do
number.
I.
With City Skylines music. Oh, we got more information for her now. Hold on. Oh, maybe we should ring him.
Hello? Who is this? Hi. My name's George Stobart. You don't know me. Correct, Mr. Stobart. I
They
don't.
didn't change
What
much
can I
on
do for
him.
you? Well, I'm trying to trace one of your customers. Could I maybe come over and talk to you? No. No, that's not possible. Oh, okay. Forget it. Listen, all I want is a name. What are you talking about? Who are you working for? I guess you might say I'm acting in the interests of truth and justice. Ah, thank God. I thought you were the police. There are innocent lives at stake, Mr. Todrick. Lives that you could save. You're collecting for charity, yes? No, I'm not.
Lol.
All I want from you is information. Go on. I'm listening.
I mean, he's not wrong. That's what they started. Tell me about the clown.
What do you know about the clown who bombed the Café de la
Oh,
Chambre
actually, maybe we shouldn't have
I
started with
don't
this
have
question.
no idea what you're talking about. You're cool, Todrick. But I think you know more than you're saying. I don't know who you be, but sure I am you don't know what you're talking about. I don't know if you're saying that to make me think you don't know what I mean, but... Oh, this is ridiculous. Quit playing games with me, Todrick. I tell you, I know nothing about no clown. Do you know a guy called Plantar? No, I never heard of him. Shall I tell you what happened to Plantar? How he was killed in cold blood? I told you, I never heard of Plantar.
I wonder if I keep pushing him. I want to ask what the
Did
clown.
you know that one of your customers was a part-time clown? If a guy feels happy with a funny nose and custard down his pants, what's the problem?
Clowns put custard down their pants?
I expect Plantar's a family man, don't you? In their little apartment, Madame Plantar is cooking the supper, listening for the familiar sound of her husband's key in the door.
Too
Junior
soon?
is waiting for his daddy to come
Too
home from
soon.
work. He can't wait to show him the merit marks he earned in school today. Only tonight, Monsieur Plantar won't be coming home. You forgot the puppy, huh? The faithful puppy dog. waiting for the sound of his master's voice. Well, maybe they don't have a dog. What do you think? I don't know, Planter. I never heard of Planter. None of this has anything to do with me. Thanks for nothing, Todrick.
Man, why is he grilling the? Was he cleaner? Really? What was he?
Bonjour, Kula.
It's me again, George Stobart.
Hi, George. Any news?
You bet. I met a witness who spoke to the clown. And I know where the killer gets his suits.
No kidding. Hey, I'm impressed.
You are? Well, it wasn't easy.
Look, why don't you come here to my apartment?
Fine. Where do you live?
361 Rue Jarry.
Okay, I'll come right over.
All right, so let's go to her. Go to police station as well.
It wasn't the style of the clothes in the shop that caught my eye, but the prices. The same amount of money would feed a starving family for the rest of their lives. I guess people who buy that kind of stuff don't have a problem with their consciences.
He's saying, yo, you'll definitely come back here.
Remembering the flower seller's advice, I pushed the door gently just above the lot.
All right, this scene looks way better in the new graphics. Other than we can see what's in the windows. Through the windows.
Bonjour. I'm glad you could make it, monsieur.
Please, call me George.
Fine. I'm Nicole. Take a seat, George. Eh bien? And what have you been up to?
I've been exploring the sewers beneath the cafe.
I thought I could smell something bad.
The clown used the sewer to escape and to change out of his costume. I guess he was in a hurry. He left his jacket behind.
And?
I got his tailor's phone number.
You had better luck than I did.
Luck, she said. Luck! Hard work, I'd call it. What happened?
I took my photographs to the editor, but he wasn't interested. Can you believe it? He told me to drop his story.
But you're not about to do that.
Oh no. I am going to find out what's behind these killings. You know what I think? It's a conspiracy. The police in 3 different countries have kept very quiet about the murders. The press don't connect them at all. They blame them on political, religious, or militant minority extremists.
That covers just about everyone.
All right, where do we start? Let's talk to her.
You speak very good English for a French girl.
Thanks. You speak very good English from America.
How did Plantow get your name?
For the newspaper, La Liberté, I'd written an article linking 2 unsolved murders, one in Italy and the other in Japan. The cases were remarkably similar. A wealthy victim, no apparent motive, and a costume killer. Planta said he could supply me with more information. Somehow, the clown must have known about our appointment.
Tell me more about the clown's previous victims.
The first was Arno Bellotta, the millionaire pharmaceutical baron. He made his money from amphetamines in the post-war slimming and diet boom. Imagine it! Millions of housewives literally beating their butts off.
Was he killed for his money?
No. He had no living relatives, and his fortune went to the orphanage where he grew up. The only witness in the case was his Filipino au pair. She swears he was led to his death by a snowman.
Okay. She wrote an article. Okay.
What about the clown's
Okay.
second victim?
Yamada, the controversial Japanese green politician. He inherited his fortune from his father's electrochemical consortium. He was committed to dismantling Japan's automobile industry.
I can't see him gaining much support with a loony policy like that.
Yamada was a man of vision. He was years ahead of his time.
If you say so. How did he die?
At the end, or should I say, flippers, of a giant emperor penguin.
A snowman, a penguin, and now a clown. You know, I hate to admit it, but this is scary. And I'll tell you what, I won't be accepting any invitations to costume parties.
I don't blame you for being scared. I am too. But this story could be my only chance of a big break.
Or a premature death.
Alright. Clues maybe we show her?
I found a piece of material near the cafe. When I showed it to the concierge, he recognized it right away.
It's very distinctive, all right. Just wait until you see this. I developed the film I shot at the cafe. Here, George, it's an enlargement I made. Look what that guy's wearing.
Oh, is his pants?
Checkered pants. The same material as I found in the sewer.
That's right. This guy shouldn't be difficult to find.
Oh no?
Take a close look at his left
And he's got the
cheek.
suitcase.
A scar. In the shape of a horseshoe.
Oh, a crepe.
Oh, this is a new scene. Huh, interesting.
How come you enlarged this photograph of me?
Because I noticed the guy behind you, of course.
Do you want this photograph back?
No, you keep it. I can always make another print.
I found this tissue down the sewer.
Oh, bro, that's disgusting, George.
I gotta stop showing
I
people
think the
this
stuff on it is
dirty
grease
tissue.
paint, like actors use. Or clowns.
It's still disgusting. Get rid of it.
I found this false nose in the sewer.
Hey, what's this inside it?
The contents of someone's nose?
Don't be cross, George. It says La Risée du Monde. Masks and costumes. It's a costume shop near the Gare Saint-Lazare.
I'll check it out. Maybe the owner remembers who hired the
Maybe he
clown
should have looked
costume.
into it himself.
Why don't you put it on, George?
No way am I wearing this. I'd look really stupid. Besides, you might have had a cold. Well, I guess I could visit the costume shop.
Good idea.
Alright, costume shop. Oh, there's probably a lot of stuff to click on in here. Novelty poop.
As my
That's why I
fingers
decided to click
closed
on
the
first.
plastic novelty, I realized my mistake. It was a novelty, all right, but it wasn't plastic.
Wait. Oh, it's not Hold on.
The sight of the dog waste set my stomach churning again. I quickly looked away.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Bonjour, monsieur. Please, come in. Welcome. Leave the mundane world behind, for in these four walls, fantasy is king.
I don't want a costume.
Didn't you ever dress up when you were a child?
Not that I remember.
Incredible. You'll be telling me next that you never shared your elder sister's lingerie.
I don't have
What?
a sister, and I think I'd look pretty silly in a brassiere. I just need some information.
Of course. How can I help you?
I can't remember what we came here in after that comment.
I'm looking for a man who hired a clown costume from you.
Oui, monsieur. I do not see how I can help.
Don't you keep a record of costumes that you've rented out?
Of course, monsieur, but...
Well, then I'd like to check your records. Give me the names of everyone who's rented a clown suit.
Impossible. There are too many.
The clown I'm looking for is a cold-blooded killer. Give me his name, and I'll see he's brought to justice.
I'd help you if I could, but you can't expect me to remember all my customers.
Show him the picture,
you see,
basically.
the clown costume is our most popular line, monsieur. On average, we hire out more than 30 clown suits a week. You'll have to give me more to go by. A description, perhaps?
Do you recognize this man?
Ah oui, he was here this morning.
How come clowns are so popular?
I think
No,
it
give
has
me the
something to do with their unpredictable nature.
Personally, I think clowns should be banned, along with mimes.
Oh, come now. Who doesn't love clowns?
Me, for one. Have you heard of a man named Plantile?
I do not recall anyone of that name.
Wait, I gave you the thing.
Are
Give
you
me the.
sure this is the man who bought grease paint?
Okay.
Oui, monsieur.
Are you sure this is the man who bought grease paint?
Oui, monsieur.
Oh wait, now maybe we give him the napkin.
Does this dirty tissue mean anything to you?
Let me smell that. Bestheimer's number 7 white pancake.
Theatrical grease paint, right?
Oui, monsieur. La crème de la crème of Thespian accoutrement.
Have you sold any of it recently?
Yes, 2 cans.
To who?
About this tissue.
I have already given you my professional opinion.
Do you want this red nose back?
Not after it's been worn, thank you.
Are you sure this is the man who bought grease paint?
Oui, monsieur. He chose 2 costumes. Bozo the clown and Seamus the pixie.
A pixie?
Very smart. Green silk with a taffeta lining. He gave me his name as Monsieur Khan.
Oh, we got a name.
Are you sure this is the same man who hired the clown suit?
Certainement, Monsieur Khan.
Wait, I wonder why it gave us more dialogue after that. Hold on. Oh, but it's grayed out. So it's saying, okay, there's no. Oh, I like that actually. Say, all right, we're totally done with that. If we go back to hers now, because we got a name.
Yeah, I like it. What are you supposed to be?
I didn't hire a costume. These are my clothes and you know it.
Did you ask about the clown?
Yeah. He used the name Khan.
He hired 2 costumes, the clown and a pixie.
Then we're one jump ahead of him.
How do you make that out?
He probably plans to use the pixie suit next time he kills.
Oh, God, don't let it be me. I don't deserve to die at the hands of a pixie.
Don't be silly, George. That won't happen.
Oh, no?
No, because every time you see a pixie, you're going to run like hell.
What are you doing to help trace the killer clown?
Research, George.
Yeah? You have a copy of the clown's yearbook?
I have a telephone and lots of contacts.
Oh, well, did you find anything useful?
Not yet. I'm employing my first and most useful weapon.
What's that?
Patience.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Patience.
Isn't it a substitute for
Audio was
decisive
better than that.
thinking? Have you found out any more about the murders?
Well, it may be nothing, but both the clown's victims visited Paris earlier this year.
When?
The second week of July. They were both here at the same time.
Did they meet?
I don't know, but I can't imagine it was coincidence.
I mean, I know they haven't got the original audio files, but surely you can balance out the levels better, right?
May I use your telephone?
Sure, go ahead.
Thanks.
All right, him.
Hello? Who is this? It's George Stobart again. What now? I found out the name of the guy I'm looking for. Is that so? Yeah. It's Khan. You know who I'm talking about, don't you? Yes, I delivered the suit to his hotel. The Hotel Ubu. I don't remember the room number. It was upstairs. The second room on the right-hand side of the corridor. Thanks, Todrick. That's all I wanted to know. Now I've got you, Mr. Clown.
I totally forgot what he said.
Now
Second
we're getting
floor.
somewhere. Do you know the Hotel Ubu?
The Ubu? Yes, I do.
That's where the clown stayed.
Good work, George.
All right, leave.
See you later.
Where are you going now?
I could go hang out at the Hotel Ubu.
Watch out for Khan, George.
Don't worry, I will.
We still haven't been to the police station. They ain't listening to us anyway. You know, cops. I seriously forgot what he said. Second floor. Ah. The old one looks a little bit better here. Original, sorry. All right, couple of people here.
Excuse me.
Yes?
All right, let's ask him.
Do you know a man by the name of Khan?
No, I don't.
It's very important I get to see him, and
I told you. I don't know it.
I'm looking for a clown.
Are you trying to be funny?
No, I really am looking for a clown.
There are no clowns here except you.
Not like bellboy or
Have
anything.
you heard
is
of
he?
a guy called Plantar?
No, that name means nothing to me.
Oh, what a picture.
Do you recognize the guy in this photograph?
No, I never saw it.
This
Will
could
you
get me
shake my
killed.
hand?
Are you joking? Who knows where it has been?
What does this tissue mean to you?
Are you serious?
Oh, yes. Take a good look at the substance it's smeared with.
You are sick. Very sick.
Have you ever seen this clown's nose before?
No.
I mean, he's got to be here for something,
Forget it.
right? Uh-oh. Man, acts like
Just
he's
a
ready to
minute, monsieur.
What's your problem?
No problem. If you cooperate.
Wait,
What
what?
do you want?
Just a routine security check. Nothing to worry yourself about.
Oh, well, all right.
Search him, Flap.
You bet.
Hey, knock it off. Get off, you big ape.
Nothing, Guido. Zilch.
Our apologies, monsieur.
What?
Okay.
I had to report you to the authorities.
Round here, we are the authorities.
You want I should break his arms?
No. Let him go, Flap.
All right, can I speak to you? Flap?
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Don't you think you have some explaining to do?
Huh?
I'm an American citizen and a bona fide visitor to your country.
What the...
You can't touch me up in the street and expect to get away with it.
Get lost, creep.
The man looked like an amiable Bigfoot. Hey, Shorty. Forget it.
All right, so maybe when I come back out, they jack me, so I gotta be careful.
Hi there, ma'am.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
Oh, new version looks way better.
I'm looking for a man.
You disappoint me, my dear. For one foolish moment, I thought. But never mind. Aren't you going to tell me your name?
George. George Stobart, ma'am.
How sweet! I once had a stable boy called George. I am Lady Piermont. The common reaction is to kneel and stutter, but it's not obligatory.
A real lady? I mean, you're an honest-to-God aristocrat?
Lol,
I
he goes
don't
a
know
real
about
lady.
that. Few of my ancestors are honest, not even to God. I can trace my family back to the Normans, but don't let that intimidate you, George. Beneath that impressive pedigree, I'm just flesh and blood. The blood may be blue, but the flesh is the plump beef of old England, so to speak. You appear distracted, George. Is there any way I can help you?
Yeah, stop being so thirsty, man. Out here, like.
Are you here in Paris on vacation?
No, darling, I'm on holiday. I needed to get away after Algy's funeral.
I didn't realize you were mourning the loss of a loved one.
I'm not. He was my husband.
I'm sorry to hear about your husband's death.
You wouldn't be if you knew him, my dear. It gave me the opportunity to take a well-deserved holiday. Daphne suggested a change of scenery. Paris, she said. A wild romance is just what you need to take your mind off the inquest. Well, the closest I came to romance was being wooed by a drunken Breton chef. I must say I was disappointed with his coq au vin. Not at all what I was expecting. I was thinking of cutting my holiday short, packing my bags and heading back to Hemel Hempstead. That was until last night.
She's from Hemel Hempstead and acting like she's posh.
What happened to you last night?
I was stricken, Mr. Stobart. Cupid's arrow has cleft my bosom.
They couldn't really miss.
It was just as I'd always imagined it should be. The intimacy of candlelight, romantic music tinkling across the room, and then a stranger's glance. Those brooding eyes, that suave manner.
Oh, get on with it, lady.
Tight trousers. He was the man I'd been waiting for all my life.
I'm glad he finally turned up after all these years.
Ah, but it wasn't to be. He was merely toying with my affections. And if I ever catch up with him, he's dead.
Who was the guy who led you on?
His name is Merlin.
Did you know there's a gangster out front?
What makes you think he's a gangster?
The Italian suit and the bulge in his pocket?
I know plenty of men with Italian suits and bulges in their pockets. That doesn't necessarily make them gangsters.
That gangster I told you about? He went through my pockets just now.
Good heavens! One never knows what to expect in foreign parts. Thank you for the warning, young man. I shall hide my credit cards in my underwear.
This lady, man. Her voice acting is pretty good, though.
I'm looking for a murderer.
Good heavens!
Good
You're a
heavens.
private detective.
That's correct, ma'am.
What's the term you Americans use? It's on the tip of my tongue.
I believe what you're thinking of is Dick.
Precisely.
Have you come across a man who calls himself Khan?
I am familiar with only one
Lady's
person
worse than
named
Twitch chat.
Khan.
Genghis Khan, the legendary Mongol barbarian chieftain?
No, darling. Kevin.
Kevin Khan? I never heard of him.
I'd be most surprised if you had, darling. He's a pharmacist in Hemel Hempstead. Organizes fundraising for the Rotarians. Lovely man.
Does he have a scar on his cheek?
I really wouldn't know, sweetie.
Would you like to shake my hand, ma'am?
Oh my.
Now,
Why did I do this?
George, there's no need to be so formal. We met as tourists, and I want to keep it that way, despite the enormous social gulf between us.
I just couldn't bring myself to use the buzzer on this dear lady.
Dear lady? Okay.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
My God, it's him! That's Merlin!
She represented everything
Oh,
I loved about the
interesting.
English. The lady was totally deranged. Merlin? You mean King Arthur's wizard?
Good heavens, no! Monsieur Merlin is a fellow guest. He's the man I've been telling you about. That's the man who spurned me.
Burned, by the way.
Did I show you this photograph?
Yes, darling.
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
Good God, no.
I just thought the smell might be familiar.
Please, darling, put it away. I'm no shrinking violet, but that object makes me feel quite queasy.
Oh my God, this
Do you
lady.
know what this is?
At a guess, I'd say it was a clown's nose.
That's right. It was worn as a disguise by a vicious killer.
Ah, Mr. Merlin, perchance.
That's him. The man you know as Merlin is a fake.
What do you mean, sweetie?
He's a murderer. He also uses the name Khan.
I am shocked, Mr. Stobart. Shaken. I took him to be a gentleman, a man of honor. You know, I'd rather like to assist you in stitching him up.
When did you last see Merlin?
It was no more than an hour ago. He came downstairs and spoke to that clerk chappie. Something passed hands. I couldn't see what exactly.
A briefcase?
No, smaller than that. A bundle of papers, perhaps. The clerk put it in the hotel safe and Merlin went out.
Are you sure you saw Merlin putting documents in the safe?
Yes, darling, positive.
I wonder what they were.
Obviously something of great importance.
Yeah. I'd sure like to get my hands on whatever it is. I'll bet they had something to do with Plantar's briefcase. Has Merlin returned to the hotel?
No, he hasn't. Are you going to search his room?
If I could get in there, I would.
Don't tell me she has the
have
key.
to go, ma'am.
Khan goes by different names. There's something in a safe. Wait, can I snatch this?
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
Oh, nope.
What?
You were trying to steal that key.
Me?
No?
No, never.
No way. There was no one registered under the name of Khan. If the killer was staying here, he'd used a different pseudonym. It was the register of guests staying at the hotel. I want some information.
Who are you? The police?
I'm conducting a private investigation.
Ah, I know only too well what you mean.
See how he pulled out the earplugs? Rude.
That is one of the drawbacks of the catering business. When people book into an hotel, they leave their morals at home, no?
Alright, we got a lot here. Safe, key, terrace.
I've just been manhandled by a gorilla.
Yes? I do not see any signs of a gorilla.
No, not a real gorilla. It was a guy who looked like a gorilla. It happened right out front of this building.
Let me get this quite clear. Are you complaining or bragging?
I want to know what you're going to do about it. The scrawny one has a gun.
I suggest you contact the police.
Can't you do anything about them?
What goes on in the streets of Paris is hardly my responsibility.
Aren't you concerned that your guests are being intimidated by gangsters?
No one else has complained, monsieur? Did they steal anything from you?
Well, no. They didn't find what they were looking for.
What was that?
I don't know. I don't think they did either. I'm looking for a man who dresses like a clown.
This is a highly respectable hotel, monsieur. There are no clowns here.
If you say so. Do you know a man named Plantar?
No, monsieur.
About the key hanging on the hook over there.
Oui, monsieur.
Which room is it for?
Number 21.
Is that room taken?
No. The guests checked out this morning.
I'd like to check into room 21.
That is not possible.
How come? You said it was vacant.
It is reserved for another guest.
Rats.
No, monsieur. Dutch.
I'd like to retrieve something from your safe.
Ah, oui, monsieur. May I see some form of identification?
Like what?
A driving license, perhaps?
I don't drive.
Your passport?
I don't have it with me. I could show you my operation scar.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I must have some form of unique ID.
You won't find a more unique ID than my scar.
I'm sorry. I must insist on a more traditional identification.
Rats.
Alright, but
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Yes, monsieur. That man is one of our guests.
What name?
I cannot tell you that.
Can you tell me which room the man in the photograph has taken?
Oh, no, monsieur. That information is confidential.
Would it make a difference if I told you the guy in the photo was a murderer?
We are accustomed to catering for celebrities, monsieur. Movie stars, politicians, royalty, sporting personalities, they all stay here.
and then yeah, I think we're ready to give some final thoughts on this. We've been playing for like 4 hours. So yeah, art style wise, it's done great. Like some of the scenes, there's too much shadowing, so you can't see stuff, which is a is an artistic choice. But I would have preferred if there wasn't as much shadowing, so you can see some of the new artwork better. So sometimes going into the like old artwork style like helps you better see certain things. But other than that, though, it's drawn very nice. I like the new look of it. It is a nice feature that you can go between the old style. Um, Performance wise, it seems to run absolutely fine here. Gameplay wise, I would say it is a bit yappy. The game is a bit yappy. Like it seems like we've only done a couple of puzzles in those 4 hours, and most of it has just been talking and telling story. And I feel like the more we play, this is more of a point and click adventure that wants to tell a super lengthy story rather than get into like point and click adventure puzzles. Like you could just tell. I mean, so far what we've played here, so this I don't know if this and even with the new settings, we haven't been using the hints. But the way it's laid out, I just feel like this is not going to be weird puzzly point and click adventure and more. Oh, it really wants to tell a story. Everybody has voice dialogue, and everything is spoken. I just get that kind of feeling. So this first 4 hours at least wasn't very puzzle heavy, which is a shame because I do come to point and click adventures for puzzles. Speaking about that spoken dialogue, I think this is where maybe falls over as a little bit harsh, but this is where I would say that this package doesn't match up to everything else because the like I was saying in the beginning, I was reading somewhere that maybe they lost the recordings of the original dialogue, so there's not much they could do with it. But they could have added some filter because that seems like like the levels are off. Maybe we'll show that in some of the video when we do a highlight for YouTube. The levels are off. Some spoken dialogue is loud, some is too quiet, even in the same scene. Which again, I feel like I have the ability, me using my studio software that I use here to normalize audio and make sure it's all at the same level and things like that. They could have at least done that, and then on top of that, with their budgets, I'm sure they could have put some filters and things like that to make it sound cleaner and crisper. So yeah, the audio, not the music. The music is just the loop that plays over again. That sounds modern. And the sound effects sound fine as well. It's just like the spoken audio. And again, you can't obviously re-record all that dialogue because there's so much there. But yeah, it could have used a little bit more cleaning up, I would say. That's my only minor criticism of the game. But yeah, other than that, if you like point and click adventures, this is like super well regarded. Switch portable version to play is I would say it's probably the way to play because it's not like we're not lacking anything performance wise. Obviously, you could buy this on next gen consoles, but why not buy on the Switch, right? If you are looking to, again, that physical version is coming out next year, March 2025. So, collector's piece wise, that might be also something for you to consider. But yeah, if you like your point and click adventures more story driven rather than head scratching weird puzzles, this might be for you. Um, I'll probably edit this video so we put a shorter first look up on YouTube, longer one will be up on Twitch. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Are you fan of point and click adventures? Are you coming into this for the first time? I think a lot of people that will be looking at this is more going to be nostalgia, right? And they know uh the, the game from the original one and they want to replay it from the 90s and things like that. So I'll be interested to know, is like this the one that gets more people into point and click adventures and all that? Because the two big ones are this and Monkey Island that have had big remakes, right? Air quotes. So yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. You consider checking this out. If you enjoyed this video, also don't forget to hit the like button. I would appreciate it. Follow and subscribe depending on the platforms you're watching. Speaking of that longer video, it'll be up on Twitch. Link to that will also be in the description. Got community Discord and Twitter. All that information will also be in the description. Other than that, though, I think we're gonna call it this one. Thanks for tuning in. Much love. Peace.